So there's this thing going around where everybody's saying that in order to get women, you've got to be a challenge. You've got to actually be this thing, this greater than thou thing that's going to actually capture the woman in. And what we're going to talk about today, guys, is that the greatest challenge that you can be in this game has nothing to do with women. Most people assume that being a challenge means that, okay, I've got to pretend to be something for somebody to get them to feel a certain way about me. And it doesn't work that way. The challenge, gentlemen, in the game is actually when you're one of one. One thought, one mind, one way. The challenge is not to be a challenge at all. The challenge is, can you stand on who you are and not care about an end result from a woman? Every woman doesn't deserve you. And every woman out there is not worth the mindset of feeling like you've got to challenge them. That's not what the game is about. And I think one of the biggest issues and problems that we have today is that we seem to feel like that we've got to portray this certain type of guy to a woman to make her think that, well, you know what? Because he's dominating and because he's all these things, he's a challenge to me. When we don't even understand what challenge means. You know, the greatest challenge a man can actually have has nothing to do with the woman. And a lot of guys are probably going to be shocked to hear this. That's not where the challenge comes from. The challenge comes from the belief in yourself. One thought, one mind, one way. When you actually believe that, you know what? The challenge is, when I see her, am I going to run behind her? The challenge is when I see her, am I going to think of all these crazy things that I've got to do, all these things that I have to be? That's the challenge. See, guys, most people are going to tell you that you've got to be this kind of guy. And that's not the truth. That's not going to put you in the game. The thing that is actually going to put you in the game is when you challenge yourself beyond the challenge of which you think you have to be or display for a woman. Man, I need my hat, man. Next time I need to bring my little hat, man. Whoa, it's hot. But I always remember when I was out there in the game, learning the game and everything, it wasn't the woman that was the challenge. It was me. It was, I had to challenge myself to be a better man. But what does it mean to be a better man in all of this? What it means to be a better man is saying that, you know what, at the end of the day, a woman can't make me, break me, or change who I am. She has no power over me. And I think that's the issue that most guys have. Because their reality is so off that they feel they've got to portray something versus be something. And the challenge is not actually the woman. Now, the woman is going to like a man that's challenging, but the challenge doesn't start there. Gentlemen, actually, if you think about, if you actually take a moment and think about the challenge is not the woman, getting the woman, how I'm going to attract myself to the woman. That's not the challenge. I think the greatest challenge is the one that you have for yourself. Do I love myself? Challenging myself. The greatest challenge that I had, and I love talking about this, the greatest challenge that I had was when, guys, I tell you, look, I remember being young and wanting to get into the game. But in order to grow, I had to challenge myself to talk to women that I didn't even ever think that I would have a chance for. But when you look at the world in a different way and you look at yourself differently, that's when they're gonna feel the desire, because they're not gonna recognize somebody that's actually running behind them. I was never ever the guy to sit around and run behind a woman and think that she was like special. She wasn't, she's not special to me, nor was she a challenge. She was just what? A woman. But I think the problem with most of us, we assume that we've got to be this thing. Desire clicks on, gentlemen, when you stay focused and challenge yourself. You have so many obstacles here in your mind that most of y'all don't even see. And what are some of those challenges? Fear, worrying about the right thing to say, when to say it, why to say it, how to say it. Think about all the challenges that you go through. But what if you can get through those challenges first? What do you think happens? Everything changes. The world changes. Because women cannot recognize a person that's going to kiss her ass, run behind her, beg, barter, beg her for a date, run behind her, kissing her behind and all this other stuff. That's where the desire comes from. Because I want to teach y'all something. It's very important. Excuse me, I'm sweating, but hey, look, check this out. If we look at most guys today, we have to remember this one true fact that nobody's actually talking about. Gentlemen, when it comes to the game, this is the beautiful thing about it. Every woman that you run into and every woman that you meet, big guy, let me tell you something. You are the subtotal of every woman that you meet. So what does that mean? That means when you meet her, she doesn't know you. She doesn't understand you. And she always feels like she owns things and she's sitting on the throne until she meets you. Until she meets that guy, one thought, one mind, one way, that challenges the norm, saying that, you know what, you can't have me. You've got to work to get me. I am not like him. Remember, always remember, gentlemen, what's crazy is that if you think about it, her algorithm, what she is and actually what she does, gentlemen, her algorithm is based upon average people, but you're not average. Not only are you not average, you're above average. And as a man, one thought, one mind, one way, you move differently, you think differently. So the algorithm or her reality is based upon weak, soft, and inexperienced. But this is where you come in, and this is where you change the game up. You change the game up by standing on who you are and being proud of who you are and saying that I'm the prize. See, gentlemen, when you say you're the prize, you change the whole entire game up, because she's not ready for you. She's not ready for you. There's no book on you. There's no kind of guide on you. No guide on you. So that means that the challenge to her, which is going to draw the desire, is the fact that she's got to do one thing. Let me get over here where y'all can see your boy. She's got to do one thing, man. And that means she's got to learn you. She's got to learn you. Gentlemen, do you hear what I'm saying? That means she's got to learn everything about you to understand who you are. And in order to understand who you are, she's got to simultaneously break her own algorithm, because To understand you means that she's got to have a clean slate and follow you based off of how you think, how you move, and how you behave. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But for most people, they think the challenge is I've got to be challenging. No, challenge is getting over your fears, getting over your anxieties, getting over your worries and all that stuff. You got to get rid of all that stuff. Because if you can get rid of all that stuff and get all that stuff outside of your mind, get all that stuff out of your head, everything changes. Because at that point, you're not actually running behind her. You're working on yourself, but she's trying to understand you, and that's the key. The moment, gentlemen, she says, "Who are you?" is the moment you become the desire, you become the challenge, because you are forcing her outside of her comfort zone into a new reality. So yes, women love challenges, but it's not what you think. It's not wearing a jacket. It's not pretending to be. The challenge is her seeing a man who's connected for the first time. One thought, one mind, one way. And the more you can do that, gentlemen, and the more you can stay that way, you are always going to win at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, remember, the algorithm, the reality doesn't know you. It doesn't understand you. And for the first time, it's going to see a man, and that's where the desire is going to come from. Something brand new, something entertaining, something invigorating. It's just something about you that's going to make her in. So the next time we try to be a challenge, let's stop trying to, don't stop trying to act like we're a challenge. Be the challenge. Be the challenge, gentlemen. And you can change the game up and create a desire that she cannot control herself. Be the challenge.